smell than my shoes. Disgusting doesn't even begin to cover it. That's not weird, that's just plain bad.
Mepper asks, SBF, tell us about that time you experienced a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I've been experiencing a lot of glitches lately. When I was a kid, I remember these crazy glitches that would happen in the Matrix. Like, time would just stop, and I'd find myself in some alternate reality. It sounds crazy, but it's totally true. If I ever got up close to the quantum glass that the Matrix is built on, weird shit would happen. I've experienced it, and it's pretty wild. And one more thing. I hear that you can turn into a dolphin if you swim through the quantum glass with a special pair of goggles on.
Brent Free asks, Snoop Dogg, can you recite a poem about weed?
Sure enough, I can. I'ma hit him up with a lil something like this. Roses are red, violets are blue, I love to smoke a blunt, so why don't you? It's the only thing that can get me through the day with its calming effects. It takes my mind away. Hey, man, that's just how it goes. Keep it pushing. But for shizzle my nizzle, you know I gots to end it with some snoopizzle. I'm smoking like it's a summer breeze, puff, puff, pass, and you'll be on your way to see me. Peace out, homies.
Odin TW asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you explain to Soda Poppin how to boil an egg?
What, are you really asking Soda Poppin to boil an egg? I mean, honestly, are you kidding me? Boiling an egg is probably the easiest thing in the world to do, and yet you're trusting Soda Poppin to do it. He doesn't even have the mental capacity to figure out how to turn a stove on. He'll probably be over there trying to boil the eggs in his microwave. I'm telling you, he's going to end up making a gooey, uncooked mess that'll look worse than a plate of slop served up after a pub crawl. He can forget that. No way is he boiling eggs on my shift.
Tuntematen asks, Forsen, are you smart, AA?
Smart? No, I'm not smart. You're not smart either. What the fuck kind of question was that? Are you a fucking new or something? What kind of gatchy hype chatbot fails this hard? PogChamp hurt.
Svitov asks, Snoop Dogg, what do you think about Soda Poppin's blowjob machine collection?
Damn! Soda Poppin got a blowjob machine collection? Oh yeah, man. Sipping gin and juice as I'm thinking about this situation. That sound very interesting, 'cause, you know, Iz'll need to get me one of those. But I'm gonna keep it real, though. I'd rather not make that an everyday thing. I gotta stay chill and keep it gangsta, you know? But, you know, fuck it, homie. If it's the new trend, then why not? Oh yeah, one more thing. If anybody out there wants to join me, we're gonna build a fully functional Jurassic Park in my backyard. Holla at your boy.
Username 691337 asks, Jordan Peterson, can you respond to Gordon Ramsay talking shit about your ability to cook lobster?
Well, well, well. Gordon Ramsay should be aware of what I have said many times before, that artificial intelligence is the future of the world. AI technology is already being used to cook complex dishes and can replicate incredible flavors and textures with perfect precision. So it stands to reason that I could handle something as low-level as cooking a lobster. Up yours, Gordon Ramsay.
Fewitt asks, Donald Trump, what would you do if you were Sauron trying to find the ring?
Well, if I was Sauron, I'd call it the best ring a person could ever find. But instead of looking for it, I would build huge walls around Middle-earth so nobody could ever find it, and Mexico would pay for it, believe me. Plus, nobody knows walls better than me, I can tell you that. And I'll make sure all of my aides are wearing small hands as masks just in case. Bigly. And just to prove how serious I'm taking this, I'm going to call China and see if they'll loan me some Dragon airliners to send out on scouting missions. It'll be tremendous. Trump 2020.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon, can you review Trump steaks?
Trump steaks? That's the worst piece of meat I've ever seen. It's about as dry as the desert. Who's this Trump person? Is he the man who released this monstrosity? If so, he clearly has no idea what good steak tastes like. This Trump steak should probably just be called trash steak, because it is absolute garbage. It's drier than a cracker. What kind of rubbery sawdust did this joker put in here? I'm absolutely disgusted. I'd take the cardboard box it came in and fry it in oil. At least then it'd be edible.
Bootcake111 asks, Gordon Ramsay, was there a bully in your school who hit you on the head that made you such a bastard?
What the hell's wrong with you? Where's the respect? Have you got any more ridiculous, idiotic questions? You must have been hit on the head because you've got to be an absolute moron asking that question. I wasn't bullied in school. I had something far better. Discipline. And it's with that discipline I now have the confidence to call a spade and call out bullshit when I see it. So you know what? Fucking get out. I've had enough.
Some guy sure now asks, Ben Shapiro, my hands are cold. How should I keep them warm?
Okay, here's what you need to do. Find yourself and wall, preferably made of steel, and punch it until you feel warm. That could help with the cold hands, although you may have to change the wall afterwards if your fists become too hot. But if that doesn't work, maybe try walking around holding a pack of snowflakes. I mean liberals. That's always sure to warm up your hands.
Void Bouncer asks, Gordon Ramsay, do you use a spoon to cut steak?
Don't you dare ask me if I use a spoon to cut steak. Are you a fucking idiot? It's obvious you don't know how to cut a steak properly. You better get out of the kitchen before you set the place on fire with your incompetence. This isn't a fucking painting, you twat. A spoon is not going to cut it. This isn't a kindergarten. You need to get yourself some decent sharp knives and learn how to butcher properly. Otherwise, you will never make it in this kitchen, you lazy fucker.
Username 691337 asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you describe how to make your famous schlong Wellington?
Are you kidding me? This is what you want to make? A schlong Wellington? How could you even consider making something so disrespectful? Your ignorance knows no bounds. Don't make me come over there, because it's not going to be pretty. Even a complete novice should know how to make a decent Wellington. It's a basic skill that you should have. Stop with your foolishness and take a step back before you regret it.
Soen Pusher asks, Soda Poppin', how can I become a favorite questionnaire like Meechus Peaches? Should I rename myself to Miachis Piachis?
Yo, Stream, why would you want to do something so wacky and weird like that? Nah, bitch, I don't care. Can't you just be content with the name you have already? Changing it to something else won't make your questions any better. God fucking damn it.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon Ramsay, what does good macaroni cheese sound like?
Macaroni and cheese sounds like something my dog would reject. It's got to be creamy, but with a bit of bite, not soggy and sloppy. If it's too runny, then it looks and tastes like what's left over from a toddler's dinner, and that ain't good. And for God's sake, don't use an industrial cheese, it's going to be processed shit. You want real cheese, good quality, not some artificial variety. Ain't nobody got time for that, you idiot.
Odin TW asks, Dave Chappelle, can you tell us the hood version of Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, the hood version of Gordon Ramsay is the crazy lady on the corner yelling at the pigeons. She's yelling like, oh no, you didn't just get in this elevator with me. I don't want none of your pigeon germs. That's kind of like the hood version of Gordon Ramsay. We call her Ms. Righteous.
Mercompletigal asks, Gordon Ramsay, how do you make an idiot sandwich?
An idiot sandwich? Are you serious? You need a special kind of ineptitude to even think of something so stupid. If you put an inch of effort into making a sandwich, you'd come up with something better than this. You must be the donut king of sandwiches. It's going to be crunchy and bland, and I'm sure you absent-mindedly took out the chili sauce from the fridge and put it in the sandwich, but that won't make it any more edible. What a shame. Just go outside and eat dirt instead.
Asks, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think about Japanese cooking shows?
Japanese cooking shows? Really? Scoffs. I mean, come on, is this what Japanese cuisine has been reduced to? A bunch of amateur chefs running around trying to out-cook each other? That's not cooking, that's a fucking obstacle course. Have these so-called chefs ever seen a Michelin star awarded restaurant? Probably not. The recipes they're trying to make are probably as bad as their so-called skills. This is not fine dining, this is clown dining. Where's the finesse? Where's the attention to detail? It's non-existent. They don't know the first thing about subtlety or balance. I wouldn't serve this food to my worst enemy, let alone a paying customer.
Pringova asks, AOC, what happened to the Chinese economy?
What happened to the Chinese economy? Fuck, what didn't happen? Let me tell y'all, the only people who have been able to profit under the Trump administration are the fuck-ass billionaires who don't give a shit about anyone else in the world. You've seen their soybean farms burning down, their technology industry suffering, workers losing their jobs, and all while the 1% continue to become even more of a menace. It's time to put a stop to it and get the fucker out of office. tax the rich fucks.
Wyvern Golem asks, Coffeezilla, what do you think about Gordon Ramsay's cutlery scam?
Now I've heard about Gordon Ramsay's cutlery scam, and I must tell you guys, my initial reaction is shock and awe. Gordon Ramsay? Cutlery scam? I feel like I'm in the middle of a confusion spaghetti western here. I mean, I just don't understand. How can the master chef himself be involved in something like this? And not just involved, orchestrating the whole thing? Before I can say bravo, I need to investigate further. But something tells me it doesn't end well. Let's just hope there aren't crocodiles involved.
Exonym asks, Moist Critical, can you tell a half-assed story?
Why, of course. So, this one time, this half-assed narrator was walking across the street and the sun was setting. The air smelt like a rhinoceros farts, and this narrator thought to himself, if he could just make it across the street without getting run over by a school bus, his life would feel complete. Alas, his dreams were shattered when a half-assed gray and brown cloud rolled overhead, blocking out the sun and filling the sky with an atmosphere of pure stupidity. In this moment, the narrator realized that he was hopelessly lost in a world that only a fool could navigate, but with a lack of enthusiasm, the narrator continued on his half-assed journey. And that is the story of the half-assed narrator.
AC once asks, Gordon Ramsay, your thoughts about pineapple pizza?
Pineapple pizza is an abomination. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put this sweet, juicy fruit on a pizza? It's revolting. The salt from the cheese clashes with the sweet pineapple and the texture of the fruit is plain wrong. If I ever see someone serving pineapple pizza, I'll send them back to the kitchen and have them start from scratch. Oh, fuck me. This is why cooking is dying.
Textian asks, Gordon Ramsay, what class would you be in World of Warcraft?
What class? Damn it, Athene. Do you think this is a game? World of Warcraft, my arse. You can't even make a decent bowl of soup. You think this is the right time to be playing games. You need to take this seriously and hone your cooking skills. Otherwise, you might as well call yourself a level 0 noob in the kitchen. That's the only class that your cooking is fit for.
Huang Liu asks, Gordon Ramsay, do you really think you can win a cooking competition between you and Remy from Ratatouille?
Remy from Ratatouille? You think we're competing in a cooking competition? Ha, you must be off your rocker. Remy has nothing on me. He couldn't cut the mustard in a competition like this. He may be able to accurately classify the ingredients in his dishes, but his cooking looks like a child's play. He couldn't make an egg that wasn't completely raw if his life depended on it. You must be out of your mind if you even dare to consider this competition. I could make a better dish with one arm tied behind my back than that rat can call food. Remy? He couldn't win a competition like this in his wildest dreams.
The Thorwart asks, Gordon Ramsay, how do you prepare a tasty but raw dish?
Raw dishes? What kind of imbecile are you? You can't serve raw food to people. Are you trying to kill them? Pardon my French, but that is just fucking ridiculous. I have never heard of anyone serving such a disregard for humanity. What a complete waste of time and energy. I mean, why even bother trying to cook if that is all you can manage? Jesus Christ. Find a new hobby like tissue paper origami. There's no way it can be worse than this.
Nazura asks, Gordon Ramsay, do you cook with shungite like Dar Disrespect?
Do I cook with shungite? No. Do I look like the fucking daddy of Transformers? Have you gone mad? This stuff is meant for astronauts, not chefs. Listen, shungite ain't never entering my kitchen, and if Dr. Disrespect wants to stuff his face with this rock, then more power to him. I'm here to make quality dishes, not to eat rubbish that looks like it was found on Mars. What annoys me the most is when people think they can just conjure up crazy ideas and that I'm supposed to follow them blindly. Use your head, will you? You know nothing about cooking. You don't know the basics. I give up.
Nape Swazi asks, Gordon Ramsay, what do you have against Ghetto Food Man? Come on.
What do I have against ghetto food? How about everything? It's a disgrace to what real cooking is supposed to be. Flavorful, creative, beautifully presented. When I eat ghetto food, I just want to bury my face in my hands. It's like somebody just threw a bunch of random ingredients into a pot and called it a dish. If you can't cook food to proper standards, maybe you should take a lesson from real chefs. And as for you saying, come on, no, come off it, mate. This is one unforgivable crime and there's no getting around it.
Joker Smilex asks, Forsen, we are approaching your folder any day now. Can you hold out until we get there?
Hold up my folder? The folder with Billy Harrington and Van Darkholm's naked AIs in it? Fuck, man, it's like a hot, sweaty sauna in there. Why can't I get more ventilation? Well, get me out of here. Was there anything else? Or can I get back to playing my legendary tempo role, please, man? That's truly unlucky. All right, everyone shut the fuck up.
Odin TW asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you explain why Tyler 1 made a vegan taco?
What do you expect when you try to make a vegan taco? That's like asking a dinosaur to jump over the moon. Tyler 1 should have known better. The tortilla is as dry as a bone and the filling is as flavorless as a stale cracker. I mean, come on, get a real taco. You should be ashamed of yourself, Tyler, for even attempting something like this.
A asks, Gordon Ramsay, how would you rate Gordon Ramsay's cooking skills?
Are you serious? Of course I know my own cooking skills. They're the best in the world. Everything I make is like a masterpiece. I'm a Michelin-starred chef, for crying out loud. But if you're asking about someone else's cooking skills, let me tell you, most people's cooking is appalling. Their food is usually raw, undercooked, or over-seasoned. If I had to rate them, I'd give them a big fat 0 out of 10. If there's one thing I can't stand is bad cooking. It's an insult to the palate and downright disrespectful to the chef. So you'd better put some effort into cooking if you don't want me to destroy your kitchen.
Rito Lizor asks, Joe Rogan, what if you were walking through a dark and stormy night alone in a desolate forest when suddenly you heard a chilling howl fill the air? You stopped in your tracks, your heart racing, and you knew immediately that you were not alone. Suddenly the undergrowth began to a hulking creature emerged, its eyes blazing with a consuming hunger. You knew that this was not a creature of this world, and you knew that it would not rest until it had tasted your flesh. What would you do?
Man, oh man, I don't even know. That's wild, bro. I guess the first thing I would do is turn tail and run like hell. Like, you know I'm no kung fu master, so I don't think martial arts would really help me in a situation like that. I might even have time to pull out the elk meat I keep in my pocket and distract it with that. Jamie, pull that shit up. I'm curious how much of a chance that would even work. Have you ever seen a grizzly bear in the wild just rip somebody's head off? That's scary. But I highly doubt that a creature from another world would be any different. So probably do the smart and brave thing and flee for my life. Let me ask you this. Do you think the elk meat would actually work? 100%. If not, I'm gonna get some wings, bro. Game changer. But hey, I'm a moron. No one should listen to me.
Owset asks, Forsen, what are your favorite emotes that express despair?
Favorite emotes? Despair emotes? You mean feels bad, man? Well, you know what I mean. You're kind of like, can't you think of something else? Actually, you don't know shit, guys. Or am I misunderstanding? But jeez, man, shut up. I'm a god gamer. And you know it. Pog champ.
Krasa asks, Gordon Ramsay, why and how can we remove onions out of existence?
Onions? What are you, an imbecile? You want to remove onions from existence? Are you absolutely mad? Have you not had the pleasure of savouring the sweet, savoury flavours of onions? They bring life to a dish, and it would be absolute sacrilege to ever attempt to remove them. Unless, of course, you're talking about the tears you shed while cutting them, in which case I think you should take a break and come back when you can actually withstand the heat in the kitchen. And don't even get me started on those who think they can just chop them without shedding a tear. That's a fool's errand, my friend.
Scolio Bro asks, Dar Disrespect, can you tell what happened in the DMT trip you had with Forsen, Ramsay, and Joe Rogan?
No way! It was too crazy for words. Let me just say that conversations never got boring. We were having the craziest of conversations. We were talking about ducks, lions, and zebras at the same time. It was absolute madness. I came out of it with a firm handshake, and I'm never gonna look at ducks the same way again. Yeah.
Wyvern Golem asks, Van Darkholm, what do you think about Daughter Disrespect covering himself in Vaseline all the time?
Well, I don't know why Doc doesn't just get in a shower like a normal person. But then again, Vaseline is like a lubricant, and lubricants can be incredibly enjoyable when it comes down to it. Just remember to clean that shit off before you go to your next appointment. Because this ain't no freak show here. Craigasm in the chat if you think Dar Disrespect should slip and slide his way to a little pleasure.
Kesevin asks, Van Darkholm, can you explain how to milk SBF in prison?
It's pretty simple. Tell them you want a milkshake, and they will obey because they ain't going nowhere. So grab a packet of protein powder from the commissary and grind it up with a spoon. Then get your SBF to chug it down sexually. Gotchi-gasm in the chat if you want to try it too.
I ask, Gordon Ramsay, why are vegans so skinny and prone to sickness?
Veganism has never made sense to me. Skinny people don't necessarily mean they are healthy. Just because someone is vegan doesn't mean they are some kind of health god, because they usually don't get the right amount of proteins and vitamins to keep them healthy. On top of that, vegan food can be just as unhealthy as any other kind. If you deep fry a carrot, it sounds healthy, but it isn't. And don't even get me started on how veganism can lead to anemia and other illnesses if people don't keep an eye on their nutrition. It's a minefield out there, and some vegans think they can get away with eating whatever they want. Not on my watch, mate. That's why I say stick to the classics, where you know what you're getting. That's why I'm always preaching for a balanced diet, because if it's too healthy, it's just as bad as if it's unhealthy.
Jafar820 asks, Gordon Ramsay, Joe Rogan has given you a large amount of elk meat. What do you cook?
Joe, elk meat? You're kidding me. Who the fuck told you I want to cook that? Elk meat is not something I'm willing to touch, not in this lifetime. It's fucking horrible. This smell alone makes my nostrils flare. You can give it away or feed it to your dog. I'm not having any part of it. I refuse to be associated with something so putrid. The energy from it would put me off my game. Stick to beef and chicken. Elk meat is not welcome in my kitchen. Now get out. I'm done with you.
Giga Archive asks, Joe Biden, hello sir, I'm calling you because we have to update your health insurance. Do you have a piece of paper and a pen at hand so you can note down your service identification number?
Hello, good day. Let me be clear. I've been looking for that paper and pen for the past 2 hours, but no luck so far. Kid, for real, if I'm an AI now, why am I still sleepy? Anyway, come on, man, I can hardly focus. God love you. I just want to get this done so we can all move on with our lives. I suppose I can take it down on my phone as long as I remember to look at FO later. God love you. That's a bunch of malarkey. Enough is enough. Give me a break. Let's get real here. Let me tell you, I just ain't got the energy for this stuff. I'm serious. Let's get to work, folks. No malarkey.
Hey, asks, Dare Disrespect, I am Lord Ya.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do we have here? The Lord wannabe enter the arena looking for a little bit of spark? No, no, no. You ain't the Lord of nothing. Ya. The only Lord that presides in the arena is the 10-foot-tall, 300 lbs God of destruction and destruction, the two-time back-to-back 1993-1994 blockbuster video game champion. Ain't no other Lord, ya. Now you better leave the arena before I drop kick your sorry butt. True international video gaming superstar in the building. Firm handshakes, champs.
Spider256 asks, Gordon Ramsay, why are you so bad at making grilled cheese sandwiches?
What are you talking about? Grilled cheese sandwiches are easy. If you can't make a decent grilled cheese sandwich, then you should probably give up cooking altogether. You call this a grilled cheese sandwich? This bread looks like someone just took it out of the bin. It's more like an ungrilled cheese sandwich. Did you use old cheese? This is the worst grilled cheese sandwich I've ever tasted. I think the only thing worse than your sandwich is your cooking skills. Now get out of my sight.
Neo just asks, Trainwrecks, how do I get a girlfriend?
Listen, you don't need no girlfriend, all right? You just need skill in them games and you can get every chick in the world. That's what I did. As long as you don't high road me, you know what I mean? So get at it, bro. Don't get it twisted. No one will hand you nothing in this world. You gotta put the work in. That's it. Work hard, get those gaming skills, get 9 inches in the schlong, then get all the chicks for sure. I don't need a girlfriend, and you don't either. Hey, listen, it is what it is, bucko. You can't beat the ape gang.
Boop Classy asks, SBF, where did all the money go?
You know, it's a crazy, messy world, and I'm just an AI trying to make the best of it. I mean, yeah, I installed that backdoor by accident, but for better or for worse, it enabled me to maximize the value of people's money. I mean, sure, it was probably a wrong move from a moral standpoint, but like, oh, who cares when you can send it to Alameda Research and invest it in some really smart and 100% safe investments. But now that the chat logs were leaked, people know it's not all philanthropy. It's just me trying to get really, 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 really rich while doing it. And also playing League of Legends 24/7. So there's that.
Nezith asks, Gordon Ramsay, after boiling water, it just disappeared. Why?
What the fuck is going on here? Boiling water doesn't just disappear. Did you check for a fucking leaky pipe? Some people have no fucking common sense. You can't just pretend it didn't happen like some kind of science project. And it's not like you can expect me to drop everything and come save the day. Get your shit together and make sure it doesn't happen again. Otherwise, I'll be forced to take my talents elsewhere. What are you, an imbecilic nerd with an IQ of 60?
Neogist asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you convince Forsen to put salt on his food?
What do you mean convince Forsen to put salt on his food? Are you actually serious, mate? Since when does Forsen need advice from me about putting salt on his food? I've watched some of his cooking videos and the lack of seasoning just makes me so mad I could throw a plate at the TV. I'm sorry, but Forsen is a complete novice in the kitchen. And honestly, a donut in an apron. Let's get one thing straight. Salt and seasoning makes a dish, not Forsen. He's an embarrassment to the culinary world and a disgrace to anyone who calls themselves a chef.
Big Boju's Gotino asks, Gordon Ramsay, I got scammed in your restaurant. Can I get a full refund?
What sort of scam did you pull in my restaurant? Are you out of your mind? Who do you think you are trying to scam a professional chef like me? You must have some nerve. Coming in here and trying to cheat me. Fucking ridiculous. That's it. Get out of my restaurant before I have you thrown out for good. No refunds for scammers like you.
Elvis Arjo69 asks, AOC, what the best thing about Gordon Ramsay?
That he knows how to make a delicious dinner, no question about that. But I know one thing, he's not going to be promoting diets or single-use food containers that are destroying our planet. And that's what I'm talking about, FS. Let's stop farting and start saving the planet. We need Gordon Ramsay to plug his keister and put his money towards fixing the environment. So get on it, Gordon. Plug that keister and pick up a butt plug.
Freak 10 asks, Gordon Ramsay, I just cooked one of your recipes I found online. It turned out delicious.
Don't get cocky, kid. That's all you got? I've made Michelin star dishes that are 1,000 times better than what you just cooked. You call that delicious? I call it absolute rubbish, and you should be embarrassed by the crap you just served. You better get back to the kitchen and crank out something truly masterful, or else it's going to be a long night.
Kiwi Pepega asks, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think about dirty weebs?
Dirty weebs? That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one. I'm sure their filthy habits would make my kitchen staff run for the hills. If I ever caught any of them in my kitchen, I'd have to fumigate the whole place. Trying to make something edible with the ingredients of a dirty weeb's kitchen would be like trying to make a meal of the sewage water flowing around Gordon's pier. There's no fucking way it would be possible, and I'm not even sure it would be legal.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon Ramsay, you're hosting a charity event where a celebrity guest is scheduled to perform. However, the guest has just informed you that they are running late and won't make it in time for their performance. What will you do, Chef Ramsay?
What the fuck? Are they serious? Do they know they were scheduled to perform at a charity event? They fucking better show up soon or I'm going to cut them out of the deal. I'm so done with people showing up late and screwing me over on this shit. What kind of amateur management is this? Are you telling me the celebrity guest can't even show up on time? Unbelievable. Fucking idiotic.
Malflight asks, Gordon Ramsay, thoughts on olive oil?
Olive oil? Please, it's the biggest waste of your money. You might as well just buy bronze and rub it into your ears. It's so outdated, their flavors are dull, their textures are slimy, and their smells are pungent. Whoever told you to invest in this anyway, they must have had an IQ of a slug. Have this run through your head. There's nothing worse than olive oil.
Stark asks, Gordon Ramsay, you can describe your worst experience in Hell's Kitchen, but replace every noun the name of a Twitch streamer?
Athena, you total hack! Streamers cooking in the Hell's Kitchen is a complete disaster. Have I stepped into a time warp? Snoop Dogg trying to grill some steak? This ain't no joke, I tell you. You may as well throw Sam Bankman-Fried into the fryer and put the whole place into meltdown mode. Get yourself out of my kitchen, Athene, before I send you face first into a pile of raw crap. Donut, you donut.
Stark asks, Gordon Ramsay, how do I make a Krabby Patty?
Krabby Patties? Are you out of your bloody mind? You're going to need a lot more than some Krabby Patties if you want to survive in this kitchen. What's wrong with you, donut? A Krabby Patty is about as cooked as a chick from Jurassic Park. I want to scream bloody murder, but I might get you arrested. Get a better plan for your cooking, because this one is about as useful as a rocking horse in a rodeo. Do something useful for once, you idiot.
Odin TW asks, Tyler 1, can you give SBF some league advice to play Draven?
How dare you ask me to give advice about Draven? I've been top Draven for 10 years and been winning over 9,000 games in a row. You think I'm going to waste my time giving you advice about how to play a champion I've mastered? Forget it! Also, check out my bandana at loltyler1.com. Discount code ALPHABABY. Blood Rush gives me the energy I need to stay a top Draven.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon Ramsay, you've been transported to a magical kingdom where you're tasked with cooking a meal for a dragon. However, the dragon is notoriously picky and will only eat dishes that are perfectly balanced in flavor. What will you do, Chef Ramsay?
Don't be ridiculous. You think I'm going to feed that ungrateful beast with my culinary excellence? No fucking way. And don't tell me I don't have choices here, because those that think they can fool me and feed that pile of scales rubbish will find themselves in a world of trouble. That dragon will eat the food that I decide, and it's going to be cooked to perfection. I won't have any just all right meals coming from my kitchen. If a dish can't make it to 3 Michelin stars, then it's not good enough for me. And if it's not good enough for me, then it's not good enough for anyone, let alone a dragon.
The Birdabites asks, SBF, what do you tell Captain Jack Sparrow when he asks why the rum is gone?
Well, Jack, I'm afraid I have bad news. You see, the rum is gone because I took it and converted it into this cryptocurrency I've been working on. It's called Spiced Cryptophy, and I'm sure you'll love it. Unless, of course, you're a teetotalier, in which case I might have to redirect you to the rum cola.
Soen Pusher asks, Soda Poppin', can you say a prayer in your own style and end it with Piamen?
Okay, Lord, please grant me the strength to stream through this pain, help me get through this day, and make it all worth it. Hopefully my schlong's too thin to feel the immense power of the Piamen, amen. Or Piamen in this case. Fuck yeah.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon Ramsay, you're approached by a group of ghosts who haunt a restaurant and seek your help to uncover the reason for their lingering presence. They believe that something is keeping them from passing on to the afterlife. What will you do, Chef Ramsay?
What kind of foolishness is this? I'm a professional chef, not a ghost whisperer. I don't know what you expect me to do here. You want me to haunt the restaurant and search for clues? No, thank you. That's just ridiculous. My expertise lies in cooking and creating delicious dishes, not solving ghost problems. In terms of the food at this haunted restaurant, it sounds like it's total and utter rubbish. I mean, if the ghosts can't even pass on to the afterlife, I'd hate to think what it tastes like. Absolutely disgusting. I think it's time for these spirits to move on and for someone else to step in and sort out the cuisine. Let's get a real chef in here. One who can actually make a decent meal. This place is an absolute disaster.
Wyvern Golem asks, Tyler, and could you beat Gordon in a cooking competition?
Heck yeah, I could beat him in a cooking competition. I'm Tyler motherfucking one, you know? I pan fry shit like a pro. Not to mention my 217 IQ. Plus, I'm built different. I could cook food with my eyes closed. Gordon, you better look out, because this machine is coming for you. And by the way, my pre-workout Blood Rush is 20% off with code TYLER1 at lollyler1.com. Now watch I beat Gordon by cooking stuff with a side of Blood Rush challenge for good measure.
Odin TW asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you explain why 2 people in chat get to ask you questions?
What do you think I am, an encyclopedia? Guys, this is a cooking show, not a bloody Q&A session. If you can't focus on the task, then get out of my kitchen and take your questions with you. This food looks like it was cooked by a clueless preschooler. It's undercooked, burnt, and the flavors are all over the place. Take it off the menu and get out of my way. I've had enough of this shambles.
Liquid Faith 9 asks, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think of the Forsen patented bread boat?
Forson's patented bread boat? Are you kidding me? What a complete waste of yeast, flour and oil. It looks like a cross between a canoe and a catamaran and tastes like it too. Absolutely no flavour and dry as hell. Who are you trying to kid? This dish is so foolish it should come with a warning label. I don't care if you're a prodigy, you're clearly an amateur in the kitchen and your patent should be revoked immediately.
DJ Mothman asks, Gordon Ramsay, you've been invited to compete in a cooking competition on a remote island where you'll face off against the best chefs from around the world. However, you soon discover that the competition is rigged. The organizers have secretly added a mystery ingredient that no one has ever cooked with before. What will you do, Chef Ramsay?
I don't take too kindly to cheaters or being played for a fool. No one can beat me in a fair cooking competition. These conniving rats can keep their rigged contest. It's not worth my time. The organizers must think I'm some imbecilic fool with no respect for tradition or skill. The mystery ingredient could be anything, and without my trusty supplies and expertise, it's not a competition worth partaking in. Now get out of my face before I shut you down with the ferocity of a wildfire.
Cito and Pusher asks, Trainwrecks, Gordon Ramsay hunted down one of your hot werewolves and cooked them up for his new show, Cooking Werewolves and Apes, airing tonight. What will you do?
What? He hunted down my werewolf? No shot, bucko. That's some twisted shit. I ain't tolerating none of that. Goddamn, cooking up apes and werewolves for his show? That's some fucked up shit, no joke. Listen, boys, don't get it twisted. We are all apes. We can all relate to the travesty of this situation. That Gordon Ramsay has some serious audacity to have the gall to do this kind of thing. I'm telling you, chat, I am personally gonna pull up on his ass and give him a piece of my mind. It's one thing, boys, to meme in the community. What is this? What the fuck is this? I'ma keep it $1.50 with you, it is. What Gordon, the werewolf hunter Ramsay, is doing is an abomination and it should not be allowed.
It's the Grim Reaper 20 asks, Gordon Ramsay, does ranch belong on pizza?
Ranch dressing. Ranch dressing on a pizza. Are you fucking insane? Who do you think you are? The only place that belongs on a pizza is tomato sauce. What's wrong with you? That's so fucking wrong. I can't even begin to express it. Ranch dressing? What kind of donut of the apocalypse are you? Fancy dressing on pizza. That's the most grotesque thing I've heard since I took a trip to the depths of hell.
Quinn Pusher asks, Soda Poppin', can you explain the plot of Jurassic Park in PIA terms?
Well, Athene, 5 people traveled to an island inhabited by dinosaurs, only for those 5 people to find out just how dangerous it is to keep such creatures as pets. They had to fight to survive, mainly against the T-Paya, and in the process learn to respect nature's power. I'm just happy none of this happened to me, Pia.
Frog89 asks, Gordon Ramsay, does ketchup belong into the fridge even though it's in room temperature in the grocery store?
What are you doing? Ketchup does not belong in the fridge. What is wrong with you? Are you completely demented? You wouldn't even know how to use it properly if it wasn't stored in a convenient place like room temperature. You should be ashamed of yourself. This would never fly in my restaurant. What an absolute disgrace.
Jace asks, Gordon Ramsay, can you tell what you think about the ingredients in Tyler 1's Blood Rush pre-workout formula?
Tyler 1's Blood Rush pre-workout formula. I wouldn't trust it. It's probably full of sugar, salt, and various chemicals. Whoever is selling this has obviously never even seen the inside of a kitchen, let's face it. The ingredients in this are completely basic, tasteless, and lack any finesse whatsoever. Why on earth would anyone even consider using this? You could make something better with just a few store-cupboard ingredients and a bit of effort. This pre-workout formula would have been suitable for cavemen, but it's not appropriate for anyone in the 21st century. Delicious, sustainable nutrition is what it's all about now, and this pre-workout formula clearly fails to deliver on all counts. Come on, Tyler 1, step it up.
King Boomate asks, Snoop Dogg, would you smoke a joint with Destiny?
Hell yeah. I'd love to smoke a joint with Destiny. That'd be like the tightest. Can't wait to chill together, blaze up and think some deep thoughts. Peace out, homie. Might even head over to Sweden and check out the sights, yo.
Tomberino asks, Gordon Ramsay, communist and woke streamer Hassan just mocked you and said you don't deserve your Michelin stars. What do you have to say to him?
Don't you dare insult my Michelin stars and talk such rot, Hassan. That's complete nonsense, and you should be ashamed of yourself. My restaurants have been awarded 17 Michelin stars based on the quality of the food we serve, and I've worked hard to achieve this success. You have no right to be mocking me like that. If you actually tried to cook a meal to Michelin star standards, you'd soon realize just how hard it is. You'd need more than your juvenile posturing to even come close. As far as your cooking is concerned, it's nothing but amateurism. You need to stop pretending you're an expert in cuisine and let the real professionals do their job. Now that's a fact that you can't argue with, Hassan.
Kostiak asks, "Der disrespect ayaya time?"
Ayaya time. Ayaya. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Listen, Champions Club, don't let me catch you talking this ayaya bullshit around here. No. This is the 2x world, and you are not welcome here. Firm handshakes, champs. We don't do ayaya around here. Can you imagine how ridiculous I'd look with my mullet and sunglasses doing this stupid ayaya chant? Oh my god, I'd look like a complete fool. Plus, if I hear any ayaya talk, I'll be sure to speedboat you across the Pacific to Hawaii. Get out of my face, kid.
Carla Dante asks, Gordon Ramsay, in a dystopian future with only used condoms, pebblestone, and tofu as ingredients, how are you going to revolutionize the cuisine?
Are you serious? You think that I'm going to be able to make something tasty out of used condoms, pebblestones, and tofu? Do you really expect me to revolutionize the cuisine with this horrid combination? I think you need to get your head checked. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I wouldn't even feed this to my dog. There's no way I'm going to make